ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට හදවතින්ම ආදරය කරන සත්ගුණනාදන් ඔස්ට්‍රලියාවේ වාසය කරන ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයින් හඳුන්වාදීමේ වැඩසටහනින් අද අපි හමුවමු. අද අපි සුවිශේෂ වැඩසටහන කරන්න අපේක්ෂා කරන්නේ මගේ හිතවත් මිත්‍රත් එක්ක. සුවිශේෂ කියලා කියන්නේ මේ 6 වෙනි වැඩසටහනට ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ ජීවත් වෙන ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයෝ යටතේ කරන්නේ පළවෙනි වතාවට ද්‍රවිඩ සහෝදරයෙක් එක්ක. ඒ නිසා මට මේක සුවිශේෂයි. අපි බලමු හඳුනාගමු මා සමග දකුණු පැත්තෙන් ඉන්න සහෘදයා කවුද කියලා. එතුමා අපි කෙටි නමෙන් ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන්නේ සද්ගුරු කියලා. එතුමා වෛර මුත්තාපිල්ලේ සත්ගුණනාදන්. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ යාපනයේ ඉපදිලා දැන් ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ වාසය කරන. එතන අවුරුදු 71ක ගමනක් ගැන විනාඩි 30කින් විතර අපි කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. මේ වැඩසටහනේ සාකච්ඡාව මම ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවෙන් අරන් යනවා. අවශ්‍ය වෙලාවට සිංහලෙන් ප්‍රශ්න අහමු. ඒකම සිංහල උපසිරස් තල පාවිච්චි කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. සත්.
Yes.
කරුණාකරලා කියන්න.
Okay.
මේ පොඩි කාලේ යාපනයේ ගත කරපු ජීවිතය ගැන අම්මා තාත්තා ගැනත් මතක් කරලා හිටපු තැන පවුලේ සහෝදරයෝ ඒගොල්ලෝ නමුත් කියලා වැඩේ පටන් ගමු.
Okay. Initially, I was staying with my father. My father was a school teacher. Actually, my mother was a student of so they have about 16 years of age gap.
Oh, I see. The student was married by your father.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your father's name and the mother's name?
Yeah, my father's name is Bairamutapilla. My mother's name is Parameswari. Initially, I was studying in a school. It was known as Victoria College.
Yeah.
Basically, the Victoria and Royal College was started together.
Oh, I see.
So these two are almost 150 years old. But we have another school in Jaffna. We call it as Jaffna College. That has already passed 200 years. And during our childhood, the people, they sit for Oxford BA final, BSc final in this college. So the UK examination board, they used to have the Oxford and Cambridge exams in the Jaffna College.
Yeah. How many brothers and sisters in your family?
I have got 2 brothers and 2 sisters. One of my brother is in Germany. Other brother was a grammar Niladari. He is retired. He is staying in Jaffna now. And my other 2 sisters are in this Colombo. And one of my sister has been 2 children. Both are doctors, and one is a doctor in Melbourne and other one is a doctor in this Kalbola hospital. So other sister's daughter, she is in the IT. So she works for London Stock Exchange in this Colombo.
Yeah. Now, I completed your education in Jaffna.
Yeah.
How did you continue your life in relation to higher education?
Yeah, that's right. After finishing my A-level, I thought we had to go outside Jaffna.
Yeah.
Then I applied for some places. At last, I was successful to get admission in Cardiff Senior Institute. Those days we had 2 senior these technical colleges. One is this Kadubatta, other one is Hardy.
Yeah.
Both were senior technical colleges in Sri Lanka, but after 1972, this Kadubatta was changed into university, and I have entered Hardy on 1970.
Yeah.
In Ampara, those days they have started the Edoswala Ampara Galloya Mandalaya Arambakara. ඊට පසුව අපාර පළාත්වල සංවිධාන කරන්න සඳහා එන්ජිනියරු පුහුණු පුහුණු මේ කිරීම සඳහා 1956 වර්ෂය කැනඩියන් ජාතික ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කැනඩි උදව්වෙන් කාඩි උසස් කාර්මික ආයතනය ආරම්භ කළා.
ඒ නිසා තමයි ඒකට හාඩිස් ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් කියලා කියන්නේ. කියන්නේ කොච්චර සංඛ්‍යාවක් හිටියද, කොහෙද නතර වුණේ, කොච්චර අවුරුදු ඉගෙන ගත්තද එතන?
So those days there were no day scholars, all had to stay inside the hostel. So we had national diploma in technology, agricultural department plus surveyors. So all were based inside the Hardy Institute. So we didn't have any entertainment outside, but we had so much of facilities inside. So we were playing basketball, cricket, soccer. We had Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslim, everybody. We were staying as a family. Still we are staying as a family. Even though I have completed more than 50 years, I still have contacts with some Sinhalese friends in Colombo and outside Sri Lanka.
When you say 50 years means 50 years of employment.
Yeah, that's right.
Then after studies, how did you begin your employment and in which department?
Option to go to private companies or the government. My father was a government servant. So he says, even if you work as a office this peon, you should work in the government. Because by the time you reach 60, you can get the pension. So I applied for Department of Postal and this telecommunication. I joined as an inspector in Hatton. So those days they call it as IPT. In Sinhala they call it as Viduli Sandesha Parikshaka.
Viduli Sandesha Parikshaka. You had, how many years you served in the department at Hatton, and also tell us about the situation at Hatton 50 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I joined on 1975 and I was there up to 1981. When I joined, my boss told me, young man, I will give you a place. This is this historical place. Because I was appointed as an inspector for Agarapatana, Punduloya and Thalawakale. In our Hindu culture and in our Buddhist culture, there are so many stories are behind. I will go one by one. First of all, when I was at Punduloya, so that was coming under the region of Ravana Goda. Yeah, as you know, we had a king many years ago. His name was Ravana. So still the name is there, Ravana Goda. So I had an exchange there. He was not very famous, and so because of that, always I had a problem in that area because the exchange was not working properly. So that is one thing. And other side of my region was known as Sita area.
So both sides this story.
Where Sita was kept. And I also had the opportunity to install the radio, this telecommunication at Sripada. As we know, Lord Buddha came to Sripada. And according to the Bible, they say the first man in the world was born in Sri Lanka. The Adam came to Sri Lanka. The same philosophy they have in Muslim also, Hindu, Buddhist. So in short, I can say that Sripada is most religious place as far as all the religions are concerned. And this not
Do you
only.
have any special memory in relation to your work with Sripada?
Yes, I have been to Sripada many occasions. In the early morning, if you see the sun by about 5 to 6 o'clock, oh, very bright sun. You can see very close to the sun also. And on the other side of Sripada was Balangoda, that area. On this side was Muscalia and Hatton and other places. The
Yeah,
most, the
it's a
most,
very, very scenic
yeah,
situations.
the most beautiful places in the world.
Oh, yeah. So, tell me another significant thing in relation to Sripada in your employment career.
Yeah, because by the time I was working as an inspector, the government of Netherlands, they gave some Philips radio equipment. So I got one to install at Sripata. So we had a very hard time to install it because those days we didn't have any very good this telecommunication system. They call in Sinhala as Navina
Takshane.
Santivena Daksya.
Oh,
Yeah, that no new modern technology was there at that time.
yeah.
So even if there is no dial tone, we have to go by jeep and see what is happening there. So there is no way you can ask somebody. So this telephone was one of the most essential thing at that time because there was no SMS or mobile or any other thing.
So you installed the first telephone in communication system in Sripada.
Yeah, that's right. We have installed it actually from Hatton. We were rerouting the signal from Muscalia. Then from Muscalia, it was reaching the Sripada. But after reaching Sripada, we had so much of problem because sometimes you get the dial tone. If you speak to the other end, they will not be able to hear. So you have to adjust the noise level of the transmission system. So ultimately, we were very successful, and that service was given every year for 6 months. Yeah, 6 months because
Yeah.
during this summer season. Yeah,
Yeah. Now, thinking of the days that you served in Hatton,
yeah.
is it the time that you started learning Sinhalese?
Yes, that's right. For
How
my
did it happen? Tell me.
Yeah, that for my good luck, I had a Buddhist monk there. So he said, ළමයා මේ එන්න මම මේ සල්ලි නැතුව ඔයාට කියලා දෙන්නම් කියලා. ඉතින් ඒ දවස්වල අපි සිංහල විභාගයේ පාස් නැතුව අපිට ඉන්ක්‍රිමන්ට් එක ගන්න බෑ. ඉතින් මම 8 වෙනි පන්තිය වෙනකන් ගත්තා.
ඔයාට විතරක් දිගන්නේ තවත් හිටියද?
No, that is for all. No, only for me. Only for me.
ඉතින් සිංහලෙන්ම කියන්න කොහොමද ඉගෙන ගත්තේ? ආන්තර මොනවද කිව්වේ?
එයා මේ කියලා දුන්නා මේ සුදුසු වචනය තෝරගෙන කියලා පුරවන්න. That is this filling the blanks with suitable words. එතකොට කියනවා කාකා සුදු පාට, නිල් පාට, කාක් පාට කියලා. ඉතින් අපි මේ සුදුසු වචනය තෝරගෙන කියලා පුරවන්න ඕනේ.
ඔය ලස්සනට කතා කරනවා. ඉතින් මේ හාමුදුරුවෝ ඉගෙනුවේ එහෙම කතා කරනවා.
ඔව් එයා හරිම හොඳයි. එයා සල්ලි ගත්ත නැහැ.
දැන් සත් පුළුවන්ද ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද කියවන්න පුළුවන්ද කතා කියන්න බලන්න?
දැන් මේ ලියන්න කියවන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අවුරුදු 40ක් විතර මම මේ ලංකාවෙන් නැහැ. අර පිට වෙලා ඉන්නේ. ඒ නිසා එච්චර පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මට කියන්න ලියවන්න පුළුවන්.
හරිම ලොකු වාසියක් ඒක නේද?
Yeah, that's right.
දැන් ලංකාවේ මේ සේවාව කරන කාලේ සන්තෝෂින් වැඩ කරුවොත්?
Yeah, we had a very, very pleasant time those days. Our country was rich, very rich. The capita per income was very high. And I will say one more story. On 1960, the famous Singapore Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, he came to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
He was staying in the Gold Face Hotel. He was studying the system of our educational system, our law and order, our infrastructure, everything. He said he was telling to the people, I want to go back to Singapore and make Singapore like Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I have read it. But in 1977, our newly elected Prime Minister said
Yeah.
we have to make Sri Lanka like
Yeah,
Singapore.
That's right.
That was the development that we achieved during
Yeah,
that period. That's what we have to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, in your life,
Yeah.
what happened after completing a certain amount of years? How did you develop interest to get out of the country, and why?
Yeah, because those days as a government servant, your salary was less.
Yeah.
Okay, but this whatever we were getting was enough for us. But if you want to build a house or buy a land, you have to go out.
Or buy a vehicle, or
Yeah,
whatever.
that time.
Yeah.
So that time our this telecommunication system was advanced when compared to other countries.
Oh, I see.
So the people from the Middle East, they were coming to Sri Lanka. So all our staff in Sri Lanka, they were recruited for Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. So almost everybody was leaving the country, and maybe everybody was staying there up to 60 years also.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But I will just ask one question from you.
Yeah.
ඒක මේ සිංහලෙන් මං අහන්න ගොඩක් දෙනකොට ඒතර ඔයාලා දෙකෙන්ම උත්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Okay.
ඒ කාලේ දැන් අපි හිතමු ඔයා මේ ටෙලිකමියුනිකේෂන් එකට බැඳුන කාලේ. දැන් නම් මට කතා කරන්න ඕන නම් ලෝකේ ඕන තැනකට මේක ගත්තා. දැන් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් ඇමරිකාවට එංගලන්තයට ඔක්කොටම. දැන් ඒ කාලේ ඔයා මේ ජොයින් වෙනකොට ටෙලිකමියුනිකේෂන් එකට ලන්ඩන් වලට දුරකථන ඇමතුමක් ගන්න ඕන නම් කොහොමද ඒක ගත්තේ?
ඒ දවස්වල ඒකොල්ලෝ අර මේ කලම්බෝ වල තිබුණ
දැන් අපි කියමු කොළඹ නුවර එළියේ ඉන්න කෙනෙකුට කොල්ලයක් ගන්න ඕන නම් කොහොමද ඒක ගන්න කියන්නේ ඒ කාලේ?
නුවර එළියේ ඉන්න කෙනාට කොලේ ගන්න ඕන නම් එයා මේ කලම්බෝ ඔපරේටර්ස්ලාට කතා කරලා
ඒ කියන්නේ පෝස්ට් ඔෆිස් එකෙන් කතා කරනවා.
අන්න හරි. ඉතින් අර පෝස්ට් ඔෆිස් එකේ ඉන්න කට්ටිය මේ රේඩියෝ ස්ටේෂන් එකේ දාලා තිබුණා මේ කලම්බෝ වල. ඒ රේඩියෝ ස්ටේෂන් with align with the UK.
ඒක UK එකට සම්බන්ධයි.
ඔව් අන්න හරි. එතකොට මේ කෙලිම කතා කරන්න බෑ. ඒකොල්ලන්ට කියන්න
ඇමරිකාවට කතා කරනවා නම් UK ට කතා කරනවා.
අන්න හරි.
ඒකල
ඒකොල්ලන්ට කතා කරලා කියන්න ඕන අපි දෙකට විතර කතා කරමු කියලා.
ඔව්. දැන් මේ කවද්ද කියන්නේ ඊට ඉස්සෙල්ලා දවසේද?
ඔව්. අර මේ වෙලාව දීලා තමයි අපි කතා කරන්නේ ඒ දවස්වල.
ඒ වෙලාවට
එකපාරට ඩයල් කරලා ගන්න බෑ.
ඉතින් සමහරට පෝස්ට් ඔෆිස් එකේ පැය ගණන් ඉන්න ඕනේ නෑ.
ඔව් අන්න හරි.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කොච්චර වෙලා පැයක් ඉඳලා තියෙනවද කට්ටිය?
ඒ දවස්වල මේ සුද්දෝ මේ 6 hours 7 hours විතර ඉන්නවා.
ඉඳලා තමයි කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. දැන් ඔය වගේ වෙලාවක තමයි ඔයා යන්නේ ලංකාවෙන් පිටට. කොහෙද ගියේ? Where did you go?
I went to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's right.
How many years you worked in Saudi Arabia?
I was there for about 6 years.
6 years in Saudi Arabia.
I left Sri Lanka in 1981, later part of 81.
Yeah.
I was there up to 1987.
Yeah.
Then from 87, I moved to Dubai. I was there for up to 2011. After that, I came to Australia.
Yeah. So that means from 81 to 2011, you were out of the country.
That's right.
All right. Can you just tell us about some now Saudi and Dubai? They are different cultures and different countries. Yeah. Can you just tell us how was Saudi and what cultural differences you saw and the life there?
Saudi, the laws were very strict.
The laws?
They were enforcing the Sharia law. Even if somebody steals, they used to cut the hand. And the ladies were not allowed to drive the car. But now everything got changed. Even the ladies are driving the vehicle. But when it comes to Dubai, it's another story.
No, let's finish there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Saudi, of course, they were very rich. And we didn't have any entertainment. So we have to stay inside the house only.
After the work is over, you had nothing else to do outside.
We cannot do anything. There were no cinemas, and you don't have a get together also outside. So usually we go and stay inside the house.
Oh, I see. Though the income was there, the life was boring.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you have the company of Sri Lankans there?
Yeah, we had so many Sri Lankans. They were working in other companies also. So we used to meet during the weekends. But other than that, we didn't have any other entertainment.
ඔයා දැක්කද මේ මිනිස්සු දඬුවම් දීලා මරණ හැටි එහෙම?
Yes, I have seen because usually what they do, if somebody murders somebody, they will announce it on the radio and this television, and
If the death is proved, okay?
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right. And they will say this nationality, this person, we will bring it after the Friday prayer, and by the time they bring the body, they bring the man, he will be unconscious. Then he is kept in the mosque after the prayer. They will chop down the head.
Wow. Have you seen any of those things?
Yes, I have seen one or two cases.
So seeing is experience. Huh?
Yes.
So that people had a fear to do bad things.
Yeah, they were very strict actually. That people, even the shop owners, during the prayer time, they don't close the shops. They just go to the mosque.
Oh, they keep the shop open and go to the mosque.
Yes.
But nobody robs.
Nobody will go inside.
And
the shop.
no cameras, no video cameras.
No camera. Those days there were no cameras. Nothing. Yeah.
So, but that was in a way good for the country, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. They were able to control the crime rate. Still, there are one or two cases were there.
So let's go to Dubai in our mind and see what you did in Dubai.
Yeah. So when I went to Dubai, it was another atmosphere.
Yeah.
The country was very rich, and we had Sri Lankan embassy there. So they used to organize cricket matches, Independence Day celebrations, dances, everything. And even if somebody gets sick, or the embassy will give the maximum help. So we had basically we had a very good time in this Dubai.
And tell us how the telecommunication progressed whilst you are 50 years out of the country and earning a lot of foreign exchange to Sri Lanka.
Yeah, by the time I started this telecommunication career, if somebody goes to the post office to send this telegram, they used to send the telegram by the Morse code.
What is it?
What is the Morse code means?
You have to type something,
Yeah, that's right. They have a machine.
Yeah.
It was connected to the other place. They just press like this.
Yeah.
So all the messages will go. And if it goes out of order, and even if the phone is out of order, they will send it by post.
Oh, the telegram will go by post.
Yeah,
I can remember many telegrams being delivered to us.
Yeah, that. So after that, this on this 1980s, it got improved. So
what was the next step like?
Yeah, we call it as we had electromechanical equipment.
Yeah.
Then it came to electronic. So now it has come to digital, and now it has come to internet and all those things. So it has gone so advanced these days.
Around which year they invented the direct dialing from country to country?
I cannot remember, but in Sri Lanka on this 1973, we had the direct dialing from Kandy to this Colombo, and from Sri Lanka to other countries I cannot remember.
No, so as back in 1973 we initiated direct dialing from Kandy to Colombo.
Yeah, that's right.
Otherwise you will not go through the exchange.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful setup. So what are your very, very special achievements in life? Now, can you tell us something about your marriage?
My marriage was an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
You know, in Jaffna, they are very much particular about the love marriages.
Yeah.
So So it was the arranged marriage, and they came and asked me. I said yes, and that is the story.
And is your wife from Jaffna?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, tell us her name and then
Yeah, my wife's name is Jogambia. She is from Jaffna also.
were you married by the time you went to Dubai?
Yeah, by the time I was in Sri Lanka, I got married.
Yeah.
So after getting married only, I went to Saudi and Dubai.
Oh, I see. So you went with the wife.
Yeah, I went with my wife to Dubai, not to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You went alone to Saudi,
Yeah,
and you
that's right.
went with your and did you have children by that time?
Yeah, that time. By the time I went to Dubai, my daughter was about 6 years old.
Yeah. And she went with you?
Yeah, that time.
And she had education there?
Yeah, that she was studying up to A level. Then she finished.
What's the medium? They
graduation.
did it in English.
Yeah, all were in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were following the Cambridge and Oxford syllabus. And she was studying in St. Mary's College, in a Christian college. From there, she moved to the American University. There, she completed her BSc. After completing her BSc in computer science, she moved to Australia.
While you were there?
Yeah, that
Oh,
while I was there, she moved to Australia and she completed her master's in information technology and master's in software engineering.
Which university she went?
She was studying from Griffith University at Brisbane.
Oh, Brisbane. That's how you came to Brisbane.
Yeah, that time.
Then
her citizenship. So she was sponsoring us. And then if you get the sponsorship, you have to be on the waiting list. But government have another option that if you pay the money, about $80,000 for husband and for father and mother, plus about 14,000 security money,
wow,
plus lawyer fees, altogether I paid about 100,000 Australian dollar. So we came here on 2011. So as I was working in Dubai, so it was not a problem for me to arrange the money.
Yeah. It's wonderful. මන් සිංහලෙන් අහනවා.
Yeah.
ලංකාව ගැන මොන වගේ ආදරයක් ඔයාට තියෙන්නේ? මොන වගේ මතක සටහනක්ද තියෙන්නේ? ඔයා මට මේ ඒ ගැන සිංහලෙමුත් ඉංග්‍රීසිමුත් කියන්න.
ලංකාවේ ලස්සන රටක්. අපේ මිනිස්සු වැදගත් මිනිස්සු. මම එක ස්ටෝරි එකක් කියන්නම්. මම ගිය පාර ලංකාවට ගිහිල්ලා අර මේ කල්බෝවිල වල හිටියා. ඉතින් කල්බෝවිල මම බාබා සැලූන් එකට ගියා. මට බාබා සැලූන් එක මේ හොයන්න බැරි වෙලා පොඩි කඩයක් තිබුණා. ඉතින් මං මුදලාලිගෙන් ඇහුවා මුදලාලි මට කියන්නකෝ කොහෙද බාබා සැලූන් එක තියන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් මුදලාලි කඩේ ඇතුළ බිසි වෙලා හිටියා. ඉතින් මාව දැක්කුවම් එයා එළියට ඇවිල්ලා කිව්වා එයා දැක්කා මම නාකි මිනිහෙක් කියලා. ඉතින් එයා කිව්වා මේ බාබා සැලූන් එක තියන්නේ අනිත් සයිඩ් එකේ. පාර අනිත් සයිඩ් එකේ මෙතනින් ක්‍රොස් කරන්න එපා. අර මේ සිග්නල් ලයිට් ආව තියනවා pedestrian crossing. එතනින් ක්‍රොස් කරලා ඒ පැත්තට යන්න. So this is the So this is the greatness of our people. And of course, we were born in Sri Lanka. We got free education up to the university level. So we are very much obliged to serve our country at any cost.
කොයි කාලෙද අන්තිමට ලංකාවට ගියේ?
I went on March last year. This year,
yeah, 2023.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What are the impressions of Sri Lanka?
Yeah, actually I went there. By the time I went, I had a cataract problem in my eye. So there is a Rajagiriya eye hospital, so I got it done. And I went to some places in Colombo and this Kataragama. Yeah, that's right.
And can you tell something about impressions of Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka, of course, now they have improved a lot. People are getting back to normal situation, and now that many people have gone outside Sri Lanka, so they are getting so much of foreign exchange, and I hope one day they will improve more.
හොඳයි සද්ගුරු
Yeah.
අපි දෙන්න ඉතා හොඳ සාකච්ඡාවක් පැවැත්තුවා. ඔබට ආචාර කරනවා, ඔබට ආශිර්වාද කරනවා. යහපත් ජීවිතයක් ඇති වේවා. ඔබ වගේ ඇත්තන් ඇසුරට ලැබීම සාකච්ඡා කරන්න ලැබීම මේ වැඩසටහන තුළින් මා ලබන විශාලම භාග්‍යය. ජය ශ්‍රී.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.